Hello and welcome to the second of our AFC Asian Cup Specials. Tonight, Gian reports from Thailand's 0-0 draw with Oman, which has virtually secured us with a second round place. Here's what he has to say about a night never to be forgotten. AFC Asian Cup Match Report.
Alright, so the final score is Thailand 0, Oman 0, and less to say about this game other than job done. We got the result that we needed, and we are almost confirmed in the last 16. So I think for most Thai fans before we got here, the expectation was we beat Kyrgyzstan, we draw with Oman, and that's enough to get to the round of 16. It's not quite yet. We need to watch some of the results on match day 3 to make sure that we get in. But with 4 points and a +2 goal difference, it's looking really good for us. Just cannot say yet that it's 100% guaranteed we're in the knockout stage. Less to say about this game on the pitch and more about what was happening in the stands. But I'll start with what's on the pitch with a quick aside. So last night when I was extremely nervous before the game and I couldn't sleep pretty much and was very nervous about the result, I looked up this description of Coach Mastada Ishii's tactics written back in 2018 describing how he played when he was coaching J-League 2 side Omiya Ardija. And here is the description. Ishii's tactics are based on a 4-4-2 formation, characterized by aggressive tactics that use high press and short counter to break through the center. Now, without the high press part, I think that describes verbatim what Thailand tried to do today. And it's really surprising the level of continuity from that time to Samut Prakan, to Buriram, to now the Thai national team that our coach has shown. So yeah, the tactic from Thailand was very clear. Play in a mid-block, which is positioned a little bit high up in the field, and reduce Oman's ability to get the ball into midfield. Basically keep the ball with the Omani defenders in the understanding that they wouldn't have the ability to break through Thailand's lines. And that pretty much worked very, very well. Now, this wasn't an all-time Thailand performance, not by any stretch. And I think that some fans probably were wishing that we went for more. But the times that we did press, we left ourselves open. So Ishii sets up in an unchanged 11 from the Kyrgyzstan game. Exactly the same, but a lot more content to stay off the ball. So again, the personnel are the same, but the approach changes a little bit. We want to be off the ball more. Let Oman take the responsibility of creating because they're not as good in those situations, and also because they're the team who need the win. And we did very well, I think, on 2 counts. One, we reduced the time that we spent really in the trenches, really sitting deep. You know, we had enough pressing triggers, had enough intensity to keep the game high, keep the game in Oman's third and in the middle third, and keep the game out of our defensive third. We did that very well. But when we were sitting in our own third, when we were really deep in the trenches, we made sure we didn't concede. And this is something that Thailand have never been good at for as long as I've been watching them. We've never managed to really feel comfortable in a backs against the wall performance. But today we did it. We really had our backs against the wall and we did the job. We kept the ball out of the net. We haven't conceded a single goal yet this tournament, largely thanks to the goalkeeper Mike Patiwatkamai of Bangkok United, who has been fantastic. Today was a fantastic performance. Did everything right. Saves, distribution, coming out to collect, catching the ball, sweeping in behind the defense. Everything was excellent. And of course, the 2 center backs, Pansa and Elias, fantastic job. Mikkelsen again, fantastic job. And of course, Tiraton on his 100th cap did a great job as well to keep the clean sheet and keep Oman out of our goal. Me and my friend here, Nick, we had seen the day earlier Malaysia have a similar game against Bahrain where they were sitting deep and defending, and in the last minute Bahrain managed to score, and that was really heartbreaking. I mean, we felt it. You know, we were with the Malaysian fans. We felt really how painful that was, and we were sort of bracing ourselves for that impact, and it just never came. Final whistle blew, and it was a huge relief that we managed to get the 4 points, and a huge testament to our mentality in this tournament. Now, I think what happened off the pitch and on the stands is maybe of more interest, because I don't think many people would have seen or realized this. But we were extremely outnumbered by the Oman fans. There were a lot of people coming to support Oman. Stadium it felt like it was almost full, except for the main stand. The rest of it was pretty much packed, and mostly Oman fans, and I think fans of other nearby Arab countries had come to support Oman. And Thai fans were kind of scattered throughout the ground in pockets here and there. And it made it very difficult Me and my friend tried our best. We were in the back row, so we were standing up on our feet, chanting, shouting, trying to make an atmosphere. And we were told to sit down by the security guards, and nobody was behind us. We were in the back row. We weren't blocking anybody's view, but we were told to sit down because we were causing discomfort and creating discomfort for those around us, who were basically Oman's like peanut gallery pretty much. And we got really annoyed with that. So the atmosphere for Thailand was waning. Oman had their ultras corner where they were allowed to go wild and cheer, but the rest of us, we couldn't make sound for Thailand. We thought that was a really unfair situation. And then everything changed when a group, I think they called Thailand, their scarves said Thailand on tour. I don't know what group they are exactly, about 5 or 6 of them came up and they had a drum. And then once the drum came into the picture, atmosphere completely changed. So in one corner of the ground, they were a big group of Thai fans, and they were beating the drum and chanting and singing. We picked it up. We picked it up from all corners of the ground, picking it up. Then, during halftime, we sort of all got out of our seats and snuck in and congregated around this Thailand group with the drums. And the guards do not typically allow us to congregate in seats that are not our own, but they must have realized that the stand was now almost full. And when it was like maybe only a third full earlier, it was now almost full with Thailand fans in one corner of the ground, a proper away end, and a group with drums. So we were drumming, we were chanting, we were really shouting and making a huge atmosphere. And we were in the exact opposite corner of the Oman Ultras. So I think, despite having fewer numbers, we were able to really make ourselves heard, and the people from the nearby stands are all staring at us. We were very animated. We were screaming and swearing and saying all the worst things we could in Thai, so nobody understood. We were going at the ref, going at the opposing players. I think in my irrational, not voice of reason moment, I stood up and screamed top of my lungs, "You couldn't play in the Thai league in Thai," and that got a good reaction. And some other Thai fans stood up and said similar things to much applause from the rest of us. So we really created a very good and unique atmosphere. And I think it was a one-of-a-kind atmosphere as far as Thailand are concerned. Now, of course, I myself experienced the Indonesia atmosphere against Vietnam, which was fantastic, and the Malaysia atmosphere against Bahrain, which was fantastic. So we have ASEAN fans have shown this tournament that they can really, whip out a really good atmosphere. So I felt, okay, Thailand got to show that we can do it as well. But unlike those two, unlike our home games at the Rashomangala, there was no centralized chanting. There was nobody with a pre-prepared script of chants running through like there normally are at Thailand games. Instead, it was a crowd that was comprised mostly of locals, so Thais who work and live in Doha, and a few who had traveled there. And we were very agile as a crowd. So when the game changed, we would change with it. When rival fans came and said things at us, we would say things back to them. One kid came to mock us and we just, chanted back at him. It was a very agile crowd in a very unique kind of atmosphere. I don't think I've ever been in any atmosphere like this for Thailand, because usually Thailand come with ultras with like a pre-prepared script almost of chants to go through. This one was very completely organic, makeshift ultra stand, but we managed to make noise, and I think we managed to get through to the players, and they came to our corner and recognized we had made quite a noise. So this is a night I will never forget as a Thai fan. The game on the pitch felt like it was 5 minutes long, frankly. It just kind of whizzed by. It was more about the atmosphere, making ourselves heard, almost making a menace of ourselves. We've been towing the line in Doha all week, and the Oman fans before the game were extremely arrogant. I don't want to be too disrespectful here, but they were extremely arrogant. In our hotel, we got some Oman fans. When I was carrying a Thai flag outside the ground, I had some Omani, a gentleman I'll call him, just come up to me, stick a camera in my face and shout, "Thailand going down," sticking his phone camera in my face. And they really treated us like we were, a joke. And I felt that we had built up that indignation and we let it out, and it was really satisfying to sort of shout back at them a little bit and shout at what was going on the pitch and make ourselves heard. And I think that the players on the pitch and the fans in the stand really made ourselves heard tonight, that we can make noise as fans and as players, that they can really do well when their backs are against the wall. They can grind out results. So 4 points. Hopefully by the next time we talk, Thailand are confirmed to be in the last 16.